Brazil hasn't been able to beat Argentina in over 6 years. Let's see how their jerseys from the Copa Americas compare. For workmanship, from what I can see, there was a lot of loose threads. The seams weren't particularly straight. Past Joe wasn't that impressed. The foam detailing on the neck wasn't even aligned with the sun patch. So it's a 6 for this category. For workmanship, looking back, there was no loose threads. The construction of it was really well made. Overall, compared to the Argentinian jersey, it was significantly better. Nothing wrong, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. So for fabric, I'm gonna give this a 6 out of 10. This is a very basic polyester, really designed so you can easily dye sublimate onto. The trims are nothing too substantial. The elastic, which I would categorize under fabric selection as well, is a fairly cheap one with really poor recovery. So overall, fabric, 6 out of 10. So for fabric, this is a jacquard knit. It is 100% polyester. It has a all over print. There's the solid base and this is the print over it. This is such a unique fabric and design for this style. Even the ribbing, having the membrane on the back, all these were design choices to make a very premium product. For fabric, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. From design, what I can see is a very traditional standard jersey with dye sublimation. The overlocks weren't cover stitched. The layout wasn't designed to fully utilize as much fabric as possible, which is interesting because they did choose to use a recycled polyester. Being lighter weight, it could be very player focused, but overall, I think this was designed to sell as many jerseys as possible and to produce this product as cheap as possible. I'm gonna give design a 6 out of 10. This was a very well-designed garment. All the components fit together really well. There's care taken to make sure the fabric utilization was really low. You know, even when you look at the logo in the center, the design team not only had to specify what the logo would look like, but they had to select the very specific mesh for the back. They had to define how thick they wanted it, the specific Pantones and colors for everything. They definitely took the time, they cooked on this. So I'm gonna give design a 10 out of 10. For value, this costs $190. I think when you look at a jersey like this, if this wasn't Argentina and this was just a generic jersey, it would probably retail around $50, $60. So I'm gonna say for value, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10. Value, so this is $210. There's definitely a brand premium on this. At $210, you'd have to imagine that with most of these official player jerseys, there's gonna be a royalty fee that they're probably having to pay to the Brazil team, to the Copa Americas. So they're really gonna cost usually around this price point. But again, this is really well thought out. They definitely took the time to make this, but it's still quite expensive. So giving it a 7 out of 10.
Esse é o Brasil! Brasil! 3 finais!